Jeff, nice to meet you.
Chris, my
nice
son.
To meet you, Chris.
I see you're a BMW guy.
Yeah, I am. I briefly bought an Audi Q3 and it wasn't for me, man. And I had to get the B58, so
that's cool.
Yeah.
Reliable engine, so.
Yeah, but too big for a Supra. You're too big for a Supra.
Yeah. Is that a Datsun?
Yeah, you want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's my son's.
What year is it?
78.
78.
78 280Z. Yeah, we bought it.
That's fire.
If you saw the pictures of it in stages, man, it was a bucket. And it went full bore all the way through, did the whole thing. It was cool too because it was like, there was only one car in here, so he did everything in here. It sat up on quick jacks for 18 months. And I was like, I'm like a shortcut guy, which is why I don't have time for a project.
Yeah.
And he was just like, you know, once you do this, you're gonna change the suspension. He's like, I think I'm gonna do the bushings here. And then I just saw the bag of bush, he bought everything. He did the entire bottom of the car over again, so he has way more patience than I do.
Yeah.
I just want to drive it. You know?
Yeah.
Right. So.
Usually it's the other way around. Usually dad is the one
I know,
with the
I'm
patience.
like, take your time. Yeah, I'm like, come on, man, come on, just slap the wheels back on. Let's get on the road.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. I like the color too.
Yeah.
it's a Nissan still uses the color, or they were using it on the Q60s, and that's the only place you usually see it. It's kind of like a root beer, and it, when it's dark, it's black. You can't. It has zero color in it, and then when the sun hits it, you can kind of catch it. It's like this wine purple.
Yeah, see it. It's got the sparkles in it too.
Yeah, great paint code.
Yes.
He painted it, or it was
No,
like that?
I had a guy down the street paint it.
So we'll go to the one that is for sale.
I question if he ever sells it. We'll see.
So tell me about how long have you had it? What's the story with it?
So I had it a year. I got it last winter.
Okay.
Probably it might have been December when I bought it. And then when we got it, it wasn't. I can't say whether it was running or not because the brake line was ruptured.
Okay.
So and the brake and the fuel line were ruptured. It just rusted through. So nobody was touching it, starting it. So I had it trailered. And then we started kind of doing some work on it in here, and then I took it down. I have receipts for all this too. I took it down and I was gonna have the lines replaced, and he was like, you know what, man, do a whole bunch of stuff, get done doing the work, and then bring it back. So for the time being, he just replaced sections.
Okay.
I mean, pressurized, they're well done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would still suggest at some point, if somebody's gonna go full in on it, just run new hard lines.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But then, once we got the hard lines in, started it up, and we basically tooled around in it in the summer and into the fall, and then I put it back in. I mean, it's been in here the whole time. Since I've had it, it's been garage kept, but as you can see, it's been painted awkwardly.
Yeah, I see that.
It
looks like probably like a Mako job or something.
Yeah, and like you see, it was also like aesthetically, somebody made the choice to try to like lean into almost like an M look, but not well.
Yeah, I can tell by the front bumper it looks like.
So that's original. So yeah, this is an ES. So if you look at the and you see,
What year is it?
You collect these, you said?
Yeah, what year is it?
It's an 87.
86, so it's a ES. Yes.
Yeah. So if you ES is basically it's the same as the economy. It's
the ETA. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not super torquey, but it has plenty of that car doesn't weigh anything.
Yep.
But then they gave you the good suspension, all of the features that you'd see on the higher end I.
Yeah.
Well, actually not. So actually, here's the deal. So the bumpers are wrong. So if it's an ES, they're supposed to have silver bumpers, 87.
Oh, correct. So this. Yeah, these are painted.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm talking about.
The valence or whatever.
Yeah, the valence is the thing that was sort of like the desirable, and you can't. Those alone, that's a couple hundred, like $500-600 just to buy the valence because you can't find them.
I know.
So,
I want mine.
And most people want to switch out to do the M fronts and all that.
Chris has got a 90 325 IS. It's all modified. It's got a Atlantis blue paint job. It's a real nice car.
Yeah, nice.
Recaro seats, everything.
I love it.
And then I just sold my 87. I had an IS 87, and then I had a 90 IX with like 30,000 miles, original owner.
Yeah.
So I got rid of a lot of my stuff. So now I'm looking to get one back in. And these cars are addicting, you know.
They are, yeah. And I just found myself in a situation where it was like, you know, I restitched the seats. I was doing like all these little jobs here and there just to try to did some like repairs. And then it was like, I'm either putting both feet in the pool here and really doing it.
Yeah.
or I'm gonna punch it now.
Yeah.
Because my take is this: like, what I would do to it might not be what the person who actually wants to keep it does to it. And I never planned on keeping it for like years. I was like, I'll get it painted. And then my son and his buddy are like, well, don't paint it unless this, and don't do this unless this. And I'm like, I'll just get it running. So then I had the starter motor replaced. I had somebody look at the timing. We like redid the timing and everything, and it has in the trunk. This is probably where everything, all the value is. E-brake kit, timing belt kit. This is the under dash. This is brand. Obviously, I have this repop. I had that. Bought that. This is the window seals, front and rear. That's a good motor.
You do timing to it or no?
On. What's that?
Did you do timing belt?
I didn't do it.
Okay, you didn't do it yet.
Yeah.
I just have the kit ready to go. Fuel filter, that's not in. You know, like it's just all the pieces. This is the lower resistor, which I can guarantee was out.
Okay.
These are the jack point. I don't know if you guys have done this before, but jack points.
Yeah.
But these are they give you the cups and the bent metal, so somebody has to just weld them on there. Again, like all this stuff that it's like, yeah, if I do it, I'll do it, and then I'm like, maybe if I had a 0 cars, but this one in the garage.
My biggest thing, what I'm worried about, is it looks like there's a lot of body work that they hid.
There's absolutely, the sills.
You could see here.
And the jack points underneath.
Look at this. Yeah, it's like
that's the worst side.
Bad, yeah. Which usually, if there's some, there's usually a lot more underneath once you bring it down. Yeah. And for some reason, I thought it was an IS.
No.
I thought I read the ad IS.
Yeah.
I like the ESs. They're not bad. I like, I have an E right now. I just bought an 85 E that we bought in Jersey, which are fun little cars. I mean, they're just like the I's, but a little bit different with the RPMs and the way the motor revs up.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to if somebody doesn't want the E, like this is it's either a swappable perfect shell.
Yep.
And then somebody redoes the body and does whatever, and like deals with some of the holes, which.
For me, it's like,
we went over the whole thing. I went underneath the whole body and everything, and that the two sides, that one's the worst.
Yep.
This one under here, the jack points are
how's the floors are
real
decent?
bad. Floors are fine. And then under the battery,
that's where they normally go.
This side not bad. This side, if you pull the battery, I had everything out of there. It's not structurally bad. There's just a couple things you'd want to have patched. It's just patches.
Okay.
The sills you'd want to buy the full and have them completely pulled off and put back on.
See, our problem is we have a love for these cars, so it's like I buy them with my heart, and I need to start buying them with my head. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And something like this, I'll be honest with you, for me, it needs typical E30 stuff. Dash, it's going to need to be done, all body work, paint, go through the whole car. I mean, it's more than, I would say it's a complete project. Like you said, it was a project, and I got that. Yeah. But I think it needs to be top to bottom to do this car right. And ES, is it worth it to do an ES?
Right.
Probably not. And I hate the fact, I thought for some reason when I seen an E30 and I seen your price, I'm like, I'm going. I read it briefly, which is fine because I can fix anything. But I can't fix it being an E. Yeah. So I'm like, for some reason I thought it was an IS. You know why? Because I think I saw the bumpers. Yeah. And I thought,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got to make it's just one of those things you have to make that decision.
Yeah.
You guys have done this a couple times, so you'll be way faster than I would getting into it. But I'm basically making the same call, which is I'm not going to get into it.
No, if I was you, I wouldn't do this car if I was you, because you're gonna. If it was an IS, it's different. You can put the money into it. You're not going to lose money. Yeah. But in ES, they're not demanding the money that the ISs are bringing. What do you think, bud? Is this something you want to get into? Because for us, it's not even about like so much of the money and stuff. Yeah. We have a facility. We can do all the work. It's just whether it's time, right? It's how much time do we got to get to?
I mean, honestly, I would love it if somebody took it and they actually had because some kid will come and buy it, and then it's just going to start going through the cycle, and it's kind of like, because I've only owned it for a year, I don't have like a huge heart in it. Right. But it's like, I would love to see the updates. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so happy that it's back on the road. That's what I wanted.
If I saw no rust on it, I would buy it in a second. So I don't care. To me, that's a perfect canvas. I'll buy it but I know once I get into that, the way we do things right. Yeah. So if I get into that, I'm gonna wind up putting way too much money in this car. Yeah. And time. So I don't know if it's gonna be worth it. I think for me it's a pass unless you really like it and you're like, hey, I'd like to buy this car.
Like you said, it's buying with the heart. So
right.
I love E30s,
Yeah, me too. but it doesn't make sense, I don't think.
Yeah.
We agreed upon that?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time.
Well, I mean, is there a price you'd pay for it?
Sure.
Sure,
but I know you'll get close to what you're asking. I would be
Okay.
probably half of what
Fair
you're
enough.
asking. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, we couldn't come up with a deal on this one, but it is an awesome E30. I wish we could buy it, but it is what it is. Thank you.
Have a good day, guys.
Yeah.
Too much work. That rust scares me.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
I
stuff.
hate walking away, but yeah.
I know you hate walking away from E30s. And guys, that's the problem. When you buy cars with your heart, it's not good for business. Me and Chris, we love E30s, and they're just one of our favorite cars to work on.
For sure.
But there's no money to be made in that car, and even if we get it up, it's just putting a lot of time and effort into it, and it's just not worth it at the end of the day.
Right.
I appreciate you guys coming out and watching this video with us and being part of our journey. But this car we have to pass on. We'll see you on the next one, and hopefully we make a deal and buy the next E30. See you guys later.